Good morning, class. In this next section of our exploration of our common tools, we're going to take a look at one that might be diverting your attention even as you're listening to me. This tool can be used to improve the remote work environment experience by improving both your time management skills and your visibility to your team. Microsoft Outlook is, of course, the email system that we use here at McKesson, and I am sure that just like me, you are continually trying to filter and organize the many emails that come through each day. I want to talk about another Outlook feature today, so let me tell you a little story. Here's me on my first day at McKesson, eager to get started and eager to please. But believe it or not, I had never seen Microsoft Outlook before. I'd used plenty of other email systems, but I had never seen Outlook. Thinking back to the first time you saw Outlook, what do you think are some things that I may have been able to figure out to do right away? Use your answer box at the bottom of Office Communicator to give me your ideas. And right away, I see people saying, create an email, answer emails, read my emails. Yes, all of those are true. And here's somebody saying, use the calendar. And that's what I'd like to talk about today. The email portion, like you said, pretty easy to catch on to. It's just like any other email host. But it took me some time to understand where these appointments were coming from. I'd just get an email saying I was scheduled for something and I'd see it on the side of my screen. But I was so busy learning my job that I didn't really think that much about it. Finally, one day, one of my team members who works in Dubuque asked me to put something on her calendar, and a whole world opened up for me. Now, I know that it's highly likely that many of you were and are far more savvy than I am at Microsoft Outlook, but I've become something of an expert with using the calendar tools to improve my visibility and collaboration opportunities, and I'd like to show you a few of my favorite tips. I'm going to show you my calendar in Outlook, and then you're going to get your hands on the tools and play around a little bit. So here we are in my Microsoft Outlook. Here's a great tip that really is a win-win for working with remote team members and for your own organization. Raise your hand in Office Communicator if you use your calendar to block out time for working on specific tasks. Looks like a few of you are doing that, and let's quickly do that now. I'm going to block out 1 hour to working on a widget. I'm changing this to 1 hour. And saving and closing. So here we are. I've blocked out that time. Now during this time, my Office Communicator status, where we use to IM each other and communicate throughout the day, it's going to show me as busy because it's connected to anything I put in my Microsoft Outlook calendar. But I don't want people in the organization to feel uncomfortable pinging me during this time to ask me questions, as it's really just something I'm doing to organize my time. So when I schedule this block, I'm going to go up here to the top, and you'll see this box that says Show as Busy. Go to the drop-down, and I can show myself as free. I save and close, and next to my appointment, I see a little white bar, and that means that my Office Communicator status is still going to show green and available during that time. Now you have a win-win situation. You're managing your own time, but you're also improving your visibility with your team. But let's say you want to invite a teammate to work on the widget with you. You might think, oh, pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to click on Invite Attendees, enter their name, and send it off. Hope that that time works for them and that they're going to accept. But why don't we go ahead and increase the odds of their accepting your invite? If we're all keeping our calendars up to date and making decisions about when to show ourselves as free or busy, this can be very effective. Now, I'm going to click on my own time block, and that's what's showing right here. And I'm going to select Scheduling Assistant. I'm going to enter the name of my colleague. I'm going to invite Maggie. And up comes her calendar. And I can see that I scheduled this meeting for 9 a.m. and both of us are free. If you look over here on the right of your screen, you'll see all of the times that both of us are free to have this meeting. At the bottom, you'll see times that only one of us are free, so that's the less favorable time to set up the meeting. Now, remember the partners that I gave you earlier? If not, go ahead and ping me in Office Communicator and I'll remind you. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and create yourself a blocked out time. You can call it whatever you'd like. You can call it working on a widget or whatever you'd like. And then I'd like you to use the scheduling assistant to invite your teammate using this calendar. We can always cancel these later. So go ahead and take a moment to do that. Now that your meeting is scheduled, go ahead and take a moment to play around some more with the scheduling assistant. Open the meeting again and try to add me to the meeting. You can see that you can add as many people as you'd like, and then you'll find out when they're all free by using the suggested times on the right. Now, I'm sure that most of you have gotten those 15-minute email reminders before a scheduled meeting. Sometimes they pop up on your screen. And did you know that you can change your preference for when you get those reminders? Go ahead and click on your meeting again and go up to the top where it says reminder. It defaults to 15 minutes, but there is a drop down and you can give yourself a reminder whenever you'd like. The great thing is you can do this with a meeting that you don't schedule and it doesn't change anybody else's preferences. So if you have a meeting after your lunch break and you'd like to be reminded before your lunch break, you can go ahead and set that up for yourself here. I'll give you a minute to finish up your experiment. Then I'd like you to join me back on our shared screen for a quick review. I'm going to be sending you this slide in full color, suitable for printing, if you'd like to hang it at your desk or just bookmark it with your training tools. Hopefully, it will stand as a reminder that you can get more out of your basic email tool. My suggestion for your first step going forward is to play around with blocking out your time and showing yourself as busy or free. Once we all get into the habit of doing that with our calendars, all of the other pieces that we've talked about today will fall in place.